YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Greatly appreciate you clicking on the video today. We are here starting we are starting season 3. And we got some revenge games. We got some rivalry games here to start in here. And but first, before we hop into those, we are going to take a look at the team. We have some decisions to make, mainly at the quarterback position. As you can see, we have 3, and Tim Carpenter's actually playing up to a 76. A 77. He was a 76 when we upgraded him. So we have these players, right? I'm leaning Carpenter because of the speed. There's 6 speed difference between 87 and 81. What I have noticed in college football 26 though is the speed with the quarterbacks, especially if it's not a pocket passer, the speed's really not all that noticeably different until you get completely out of the pocket. The other thing is he has 2 more throw power. His accuracies aren't like terribly less than Rico, and his deep accuracy is better. So the throw under pressure is an issue as well. I wouldn't even flinch to start Rico because he's a freshman, bright, somebody that we can build upon. But pro potential is his deal breaker, where Carpenter is playing time. So I think we're going to roll with Carpenter. Now, the biggest issue with Carpenter is he is almost all maxed out, if I remember correctly. So his growth isn't really going to be there. So that's another issue that we're running into. And we do have Uche. Coach Prestige should stay above a C+, so I'm not worried about losing him, so I'm actually going to redshirt him. 5 overall difference. The speed is less, the throw power is higher, but the accuracies are less, so just giving him time to develop here, especially in a year where I think we're going to be down. We did get a transfer running back that saved our running back room, to be quite honest with you. Thomas didn't jump as much as I wish he would. He might lose a lot of his carries to Kenoi, but Williams is a good addition to the team. Wide receivers, we are slow. Durham is the second worst receiver on our team. But he's going to be playing a lot because of his speed. And that's really what it comes down to. And he had like 1,400 yards receiving last year. So, he didn't get very many skill points, but even with that, like, he is capped, hard capped, like bad. We'll have to be moving some of these guys around. Maybe we redshirt Drugsma. However, his playing time is a big deal. So we'll have to watch out for that. Price is going to play over Uter. Uter is a vertical threat tight end that we got out of the portal. I'm still kind of going back and forth because look at all these abilities this guy has. But we have a star development tight end. He has plenty of room to grow yet. Like IQ is going to drive his overall through the roof. So pro potential is something big for him, and he didn't try to go to the portal last year, but he might this year depending on how it goes. As I mentioned in the off season, we have sophomores across the board outside of our center. So they are pretty solid sophomores now, but sophomores nonetheless. Left edge looks horrendous. Right edge looks horrendous. D tackle, we mentioned Garrison. He is going to be a stud here in the middle. Star development. He is going to be played, or he's going to be beside two other freshmen to start, and we just don't really have any options otherwise. Gilbert and Jean-Louis. Jean-Louis played really well for us last year, but both seniors at Sam that aren't very good. Our Mike linebackers are not looking solid. Noah Carter, best player on our defense. Our corners are slow. We have some depth there, but our safety, Shepard, 87 speed, Robinson Jr., Irwine played a lot last year, and he actually led the team in tackles quite a few times. But his overall is just not very good. And Johnson Jr. is going to be the starter there. We have our junior kicker, junior punter with a lot of leg. So that is the team. As you can see, a 76 overall across the board. We are in a tough spot right now, for sure, talent-wise. All right, so there's the roster. Depth chart is set. Let's hop in to go to West Point and avenge our bowl loss from last year. Rainy day here in New York, and we are going to hop in for this first quarter drive. And we'll see what we got here as we find a bunch of room up the middle of the defense. 12 yards for the first touch of Williams' career here at Ball State. Defense did a really good job of getting off the field pretty quickly against the triple option of Army, giving us the ball relatively quickly. So let's see if this speed option works this year. It did. This particular one did not do us very good justice last year, but Williams with the great move. He's got 3 plays, 3 touches for Williams, and we're kind of rolling here a little bit. We're gonna give it right back to him. He's gonna find a cutback lane, and he's gonna pick up about 7. They give him 8. Love that. I hate that speed option. I can't run it anymore. The tight end gets in the way, and I just don't like it. Too many fumbles. The other thing is when for them to be very productive, you need to be able to string it out a little bit to get the corner to commit to you. And with that one, you just can't do that. So Thomas is going to check in for the first time. 5 plays, 5 touches for Williams. Ran a couple RPOs. They were just sitting on the passes. So we were just going to continue to pound it on the ground. And we're going to take a shot here on 2nd and 4 just to see if we can get them get it out. Why did that take so long? Our tight end was so open. I did end up starting Uter at tight end as the D tackle jumps up and knocks the ball down from Carpenter. We are not punting from here. All of his abilities are just too much. Although Price played so well for us last year, he made some crazy catches, especially down the stretch. He is going to get plenty of time on the field. As you can see, he's the left tight end in this particular play. So he's going to get plenty of time to get on the field. But the growth that he has, I think he's 1 year away from being very good. So we're going to give him that 1 year. As we throw a screen pass out to Williams, and he's going to make a guy miss with the spin move, and he's going to pick up the first down. Williams has been a very big focal point of our offense, as he should be. I think he's the only 80 we have on offense. So he's going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Ball State. What a start by the offense, that first quarter drive. The defense is playing well. able to handle the triple option as of right now. So is Durham hurt already? Because if he is, that's just not ideal. I moved Durham way up the depth chart because he was the best player on our team last year, quite frankly. He just needs to be on the field. So he is the third or fourth receiver, but he's our slot receiver. So he should be able to get on the field quite a bit as long as he's healthy. But Grimes is in, so it's making me feel like he's not. So that is a big loss. It takes a lot of dynamicity. I don't know. A lot of dynamic part of our offense out. So hopefully he comes back quickly. As we are knocking on the door again here, we're going to hand it off back to Williams. He's going to get down to the 3-yard line. We're going to go ahead and run a read option here. Looks like we're just going to hand it off. Yeah, we should have just that play was never working. I should have audibled out of it way before we even snapped it. The minute I saw the corner was the read guy, I should have just got out of it. That's really what it should have been. We're going to hit the drag route. We had a blocker out in front. That's why I wanted to settle on the drag. Clearly did not work, but that's the reason that we went there. We are going to go for it here. On the road, no reason for us to try to kick a field goal here that is going to be tough to make just from the spot that we're in, and we're going to turn it over. Defense gets it right back, though. They've been playing super well today. I don't know if it's turnovers or if Army's going for it or what's happening, but Williams gets it to 2nd and inches. We're going to give it right back to him, and he's going to find the end zone for the second time. The offensive line is manhandling this Army front, which you don't see nor hear about very frequently. So, it's barely doing anything. We're going to take a shot. We're going to give our best wide receiver a chance here. That was a really good ball. If we could give him another step on that throw, that would have been a absolute dot. But we are now 4th and 3 from just the other side of midfield. We're going to go right back to Johnson, who makes the catch. Carpenter has 100 yards passing. Nothing crazy in the first half, but we have been dominating on the ground. Williams has been unbelievable here in the early going in the first half. I even lowered the injury sliders, and they still pop up just crazy. I think a lot of it, too, is it's the same person. Which, because they get hurt, and then they come back in, even though you tell them not to come back in. And then they get hurt again, so it's quite entertaining. Quite entertaining. That is not the Mike linebacker. I pulled that. Why? Okay, we're going to have to settle for the field goal. Kicks up, kicks good. 17-0. Not the greatest, obviously, but good enough. Army scores on a long run, and all of a sudden it's 17-15. We're just going to go ahead and take off with Carpenter, pick up the first down. That is a bold call to go for it there. Good Lord. Chief Tummy Tuck is trying to get a little bit of momentum back on the side of Ball State. And we are going to be putting another 4th and inches. Looked like we got that easily, but apparently not. We're going to go to the slants again and see if they press. We're going to send Johnson deep again. We're just going to let him come back and get it. He's going to drop it. Oh, are we really going to lose this? We were in firm control, and then they had one big run play. And ever since that, we just cannot gain any type of momentum back. We even got down to the red zone, and I think there was a turnover or something. So Carter looks huge in the middle of this defense. Drop back into that. Drop back, and he's going to get sacked. What? Carl Garrison with the sack. The freshman, the 5-star athlete. He is banged up, though. Holy. They're going to settle for a field goal to take the lead here as the clock winds down here in the third quarter. The kick's going to be up. The kick is going to be good. And it is 18-17 out of nowhere. Army is back in the game and in the lead and back in a position where we just can't tackle. That's good. No wonder we're losing now. Good Lord. Army's knocking on the door. They're going to pitch it out. And our lack of speed and tackling is showing. Irwine on the field again. He just finds his way on the field, even though he's down in the depth chart. But he's productive when he's on the field. So that's all we can ask for. Come up, make the tackle. Great job by the corner coming up and making that tackle. It might have been Irwine again, to be honest. I need to pinch this. If they give it to the fullback, we're in trouble. Option with the quarterback. It's going to be 4th and goal. He has 20 rushes. Good Lord almighty. All right, 4th and goal. Let's see if the defense can step up and make a stop. Quarterback's going to roll out. He's going to airmail that throw to the running back. And that is going to be that possession. We had to punt, but the defense holds them to a 3-and-out. We're going to be back and return this punt to try to get good field position as the 2-minute timeout is rolling up. Our offense has done literally nothing since the midpoint of the second quarter. So, punt return pretty solid. We're at the 36. We just need a few more yards to be in field goal range. Okay, what was that? So, we do have all 3 timeouts. So, we don't have to really force a whole lot. As he has 171 rushing yards and we're losing. That is absurd. He's not going to win that. He's going to win that. What a throw under pressure by Carpenter. One thing that we were worried about for sure with him was his throw under pressure. But that one was to perfection. We're going to go ahead and just run the ball. We're going to chew the clock. We're going to get out of here with a win. It's not going to be pretty, but we're going to get out of here with a win. So we're going to let the clock wind down. They're not going to call any timeouts. We're just going to sit here. It's 2nd and 12. The way we've been running the ball, we're going to get a first down. Do not fumble. Holy. They do call their first timeout. We're going to get into the end zone yet again. What a day by Williams. Welcome to the team. You are an animal. 3 touchdowns, for Williams with probably over 200 yards rushing at this point. Now, Army's in a position where they're doing what they're least comfortable with doing, and that is throwing the ball. As Garrison was back there again, he probably doesn't get the sack, but he was the one that pushed the quarterback back into the sack. And he has been an absolute beast, and we're going to give up a touchdown. Thankfully, we tackle him, but what is that? The awareness in zone coverage is what I'm going to contribute that to. Just awful. Just awful. Alright, defense has got to figure it out here. They're going to run a little tunnel screen. We're going to miss the tackle somehow. And they're going to pick it up. 3rd and 2. They're going to try to take a shot, and we're going to break it up. 4th and 2. That's a great play by the corner. Great play by the corner. They're going to come back out in their triple option. They're probably just to try to pick up this first down, to be honest. And that's what they're going to do, but they're going to get way more than what they just needed. And their quarterback takes an absolute shot, though. 21 seconds left. They did just use their final timeout. So they cannot afford to get tackled in bounds. As Garrison puts pressure on again. This kid is playing out of his mind right now. The freshman D tackle. We needed a playmaker on defense, and that's exactly what he's doing as the secondary gives up a touchdown. We have 8 seconds. We get hit as we throw. It's going to be an interception. We are going to absolutely blow this game to Army. I mean, offense was atrocious in the second half. Absolutely atrocious. 13 of 31 for Tim Carpenter. Oh my. 24 for 191 and 3 touchdowns for Williams. Receiving wise, our guy's not even on here, so how did he get hurt? Tackle wise, Davis Ross led the team, 12 tackles, 2 for loss and a sack. Yates had 9. Garrison had 9 tackles, 2 for a loss, the 1 sack. Gilbert had 9 tackles. Starr also had 9 tackles. We had a boatload of tackles for loss, 12 to be exact. No interceptions. Not shocking there. What is shocking is it's 17-0, and we lose the game. That's what's shocking. All right. Bye week gone, so I'll give you a little bit of an update on recruiting. We had the bye week too, so it's tough to really show. We are second on this 5-star Sam linebacker. He's from Tennessee. We are catching Arkansas here. We do have 3 4-stars that we are hard selling. And this is the only one we know for sure. So these 2 are just complete guesses. So hopefully we hit, especially on this one. We are in first by quite a bit for Tuttle, but this one needs to be big. We have a higher pipeline than Notre Dame. Obviously, they are a much more prestigious school, and then as we go down, we have some 4-stars that we're in first in, a couple seconds, but we are gaining more than most of the teams that are also chasing them. So that's kind of an update. Obviously, when we get to next week and we find out what these guys' hard sells are and other players get there, we're going to have to go to 40 hours and start getting people in on campus. All right, we got to avenge the loss. We have to. And it's a trophy game. It's big for rivalry stuff. It's big for recruits and different things. We need to win the rivalry games. All right, red zone alert here. Is this a bounce back week for Carpenter? As good as Williams was, Carpenter was that bad. So we need to see improvement from him for sure. I need to check on Durham, because if he's like really hurt, we're gonna go look to redshirt him, as Carpenter uses his legs to get in the end zone. All right, that's a good start from him. A very good start from him. But he needs to continue. We got off to a fast start last week too, and ended up losing the game. So we're gonna walk right up in here. They're gonna pitch it. Can Carter get out there? No, he can't, and it's gonna be a first down. I thought it was gonna be a touchdown, but Carter played it well. He just couldn't use his speed quite enough to get out there. We are back in the red zone. They did get down and score there as I was talking. And we're going to go down on first down, 2nd and 16. That's the one thing we didn't really have to worry about when I was on the field last week, was sacks, mainly because we ran the ball a bunch. But offensive line played super well last week. Not so much this week to start, at least when I've been on the field. But we're going to go ahead and send Washington deep. He is on the star corner, so he probably won't win that, but we're going to give our gadget guy a chance, and he's not going to win either. We're going to have to settle for a 46-yard field goal. It looked like he had a step right out of the gates, but that safety quickly closed that gap that I thought we had. The kick is up. The kick is good. It's going to be 7-10 here in the rivalry game against Northern Illinois. It looks like they tied it up. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Another 4th and inches. They're probably going to go back to the ground. We're going to walk up into here. They're going to pull, and we're going to shoot the gap, and it is going to be a tackle for loss and a turnover on down. The offense needs to use this momentum. Needs to use it. Does Johnson went off the line? He does not. Williams, though? Okay. Williams was wide open. Throw on the run was not the play there, apparently. Good Lord. The kick's up, and it's going to drift to the right. Hit the post. We missed it. 10-10 still. Defense needs help. And we are in shambles yet again. We knew this was going to be a down year, as they're going to run a read option, and it's going to be a touchdown. We knew it was going to be a down year, but I thought for sure we'd be able to compete a little bit. But right now, it's just feeling like we can't even compete. We lose to Army up 17-0 in the first half, as the screen pass blows up for a huge gain. This man has 74 yards passing in the first half, and we just gained like 40 on that one play. We might have to make a quarterback change, because that's just not going to do. And he cannot throw the ball. Woof. If he can't throw it, he has some of the better accuracies on the team. Carpenter. No, that's the guy that handed it off. Williams, 12 for 70. He's again being super efficient. So, I mean, obviously, we already run the ball a lot, but we might just have to run it every play, because that's just where we're at. As Uter makes a great play there. Catches it, shakes off the tackler, and takes it for about 15-ish yards. That's going to be a pick. Thank you for not trying to catch that. I just don't know what to call. I'm at a loss because of how poorly Carpenter has been playing. We feels like we need to tie this game up before the half. Price in the game, I don't know where Uter was, but he finds the end zone. Touchdown, Ball State. We do tie it here. Defense needs help. We turned it over. They literally went 3 and out and had to punt. We turned it over to them. Oh my goodness. We are going to get a sack. They're going to call a timeout with 3 seconds left, and they're going to kick a field goal. Here to take the lead, 20-17. Kicks up, kicks good, right down the middle. 20-17. Northern Illinois takes the lead into half. Alright. I was going to see if he's going to try to split the defenders here. Can we hit him? Nope. Back shoulder throw, not going to be completed. We're going to have to kick a field goal to tie it. 42 yards. We already have missed from this spot. This time should be right down the middle, even though that one drifted way to the right as well. But 2020, defense gets a stop. We're back on to help the offense in a third down situation. We're going to go to old trusty Williams on the screen pass, and we're going to pick up the first down. We're going to get down to about the 32-yard line. And just like that, we're back on for a 3rd and 10. Good Lord. This is just not what I want either. I don't want us to have a 5-wide setup. We are going to get to Firehouse, and he's just going to sprint right up the field and pick up the first down. Carpenter does have an interception on the day. How much do you want to bet it was at the end of the half? I need to get better at when I see a turnover to go look at it, just to see what it was. No, we don't want to. Williams runs through an arm tackle and he gets the first down. This man is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. We're going to run a speed option here. We're going to get them to commit. We're going to get it to Williams. He's going to spin back into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Now that's the speed option I want to have in this playbook right there. We get a turnover this time, and we are down inside the red zone. We're at the 10-yard line. Williams is lighting up, and he is going to break another tackle, get into the end zone again, give this man the Heisman already. We're going to go 2-12, but give him the Heisman. He is absolutely unbelievable here to start the year. We're going to give it back to him. He's going to pick up the first down. Longo is hurt, which is not good because our backup O-linemen are just atrocious. So there's that. We're going to hit our superstar receiver coming across, and no, not Durham, because I haven't seen him on the field all year. It's Isaiah Johnson we got in the portal. It's a really good pickup for us too, to be honest. He has been really solid. The only thing I have is he can't win press coverage, and he doesn't really have the speed to beat corners either. So he's just a really solid guy to throw the ball to underneath, and Williams cannot stay out of the end zone right now. Good Lord. It's 20. What does that say? 41-27. Holy, we kind of blew this one open. I love it. 3rd and 2. See what we are going to do here. They're just going to continue to let Williams run all over him. I don't know why that is the call. 213. He had 191 last week, 213 this week. The man is on a mission. Slot's not there. Okay, thank you for catching that. 4th down, keep this thing alive. I don't want to get cute with it. We're going to go ahead and go speed option, get it out to Williams. He's going to win the race, spin back, and he's going to get down to the 4-yard line. That's a great job getting the first down, and we're going to continue to grind the clock, except for the fact they had an injury, so the clock is stopped. They finally stopped Williams inside the 5, but he's not going to come off the field, I don't think. So our right guard just destroyed that guy. Holy, I think that's his 5th touchdown. 4 running, 1 through the air, and he has been unbelievable. We are putting up points against Northern Illinois. Oh, I don't think I got enough leg on that one. Oh, it is good. All right. I mean, defense isn't playing great, but why are we not? How could we not run the clock down? Okay, we can. 51 points by our offense, and about 40 of them are from Williams. So what a day for him. He continues to be really good for us. Obviously, the loss last week to Army hurts, but this one makes it feel a little bit better. Carpenter played a little better, of course, not in the rain, so that probably also played a factor, but he didn't actually. 19 of 41, only 46% completion. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 39 carries for Aeneas Williams, 274 and 3 touchdowns. Carpenter also ran in for a touchdown. Washington 4 catches, Johnson 4 catches, Williams 4 catches. And Williams also got in the end zone. Price 1 catch for 18 yards and a touchdown. So being productive when he gets his opportunities, which is good to see. Defensively, Noah Carter led with 8 tackles, 6 for Becker. Harmon and Marsh with 5 tackles for loss. We had 8 of them. Jean-Louis had 2. Garrison had 2. Garrison had 2 more sacks today. Carter, Jean-Louis, and Marsh also had sacks. Donovan Starr, the cornerback, got an interception as well. 34 points is way too much to give up to Northern Illinois. But we end up being 1-1. Offense explodes for 24 in the 3rd quarter to get the dub. All right, week 4, game 3. Fresno State is 3-1, and they're 2-1 in the MAC. So it's going to be a tough first MAC game, but we are at home, so let's go take care of business. Early in the game here, we need to help the defense out in a 3rd down on our side of the field. We're going to throw it up. We're going to go knock it down. I thought he was going to go make a play on that. That would have been a sick interception. But we get the stop. We get the ball. We start marching down. They do kick a field goal. But we were down in the red zone, and we have this man, Williams, who just has a nose for the end zone. So he has wear and tear like crazy. I would be shocked if we see him a lot today, to be honest. Just because of the wear and tear issues. I just talked him up last week about how solid he is catching the ball, and he drops it. What is... Oh, okay, well, now... These D tackles, especially the bad ones, are way too good at that. We're going to have to settle for 3. Disappointing, very disappointing, but we do tie the game up. First quarter drive, we'll hop in. Still no Durham. I need to check what is going on with him. We're going to get Carpenter out of the pocket, get him a little comfortable. He has 5 carries already. I mean, I guess I would want to run a lot too if I can't complete a pass. Man-to-man coverage, corner route. That was a great route. Good throw as well. It's insane how much our offensive line gets hurt. And their health is pretty high too. Thomas uses his speed to bounce it outside. Pick up 3, but it would have been way more than than what we would have gotten if we tried to run where we were supposed to. He's going to get hit in the backfield. It's going to be 3rd and 9. And like I mentioned, we're not going to see a lot of Williams just because of wear and tear, which is obviously a big loss because he has been easily our best player. As Uter gets the catch and he gets upfield. Carpenter already has 100 yards passing, but he does have an interception. And we're already down to Kenoy, so we are hurting in the running back room as Carpenter is going to weave his way inside the 15. So that's where we see why we chose him to be the starting quarterback. We just need to see him be a little bit more consistent throwing the ball. Obviously not his strong suit, but it's not like he's a pure runner. He's a dual threat guy, so he should be able to throw it a little bit. As Thomas gets us down to make it 3rd and 1 at the 5-yard line. Thomas in the backfield here. He's going to find the cutback lane. Great run. Bobby Renner, stay off the field, please. Good Lord. Jet pass, we're going to cut it up. Touchdown, Ball State. And we're going to gritty on. Take the lead. And it looks like they're going to go down and get a field goal. 1st and 10, Williams back in the game, so maybe he was just had an injury that was like a one quarter thing as we get destroyed in the backfield on that particular screen pass. Come on, give me Uter here. That's where we're going with it. He's going to make the catch. It's going to be 3rd and 7. We might just surrender here and go to Williams and see if we can get lucky on this 3rd and 7. We almost did, but nobody held blocks. Why? What are we doing? Don't like that. Route down here. Uter wide open. He's going to make the catch. It's going to be 1st and goal. We need to use him more. Most of the time I use my tight ends a lot, but quite frankly we haven't because we've been using this man as he gets in the end zone once again. This guy has a crazy amount of touchdowns early in the year. It is 17-12 here as we close into the 2-minute timeout in the 2nd quarter. Couldn't quite get out there to get in the way of that particular linebacker on the screen pass. Screen passes have not been working in this game. Uter is going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Ball State. Go show off to those 8 fans back there behind the end zone. Good Lord, we are a disgusting program. All right. 3rd and 2, you all know who we're looking towards. He's not going to be open, though, and Carpenter cannot step up into all that space. We ended up punting, which is disappointing, but defense gets the ball back. No, the mic is right there. Okay. This is making me angry. Uter finds the end zone again, and this is the tight end that we were looking for. All the abilities, good speed at 82, 50-50. I mean, he has a lot of good things that we're looking for in a tight end. We are going to run this ball. Holy, look at the space in the middle. Can the offensive line do their job? No, they cannot. Unbelievable. All right, we're going to run the speed option out to the wide side. The corner is going to commit, but the guy reading it did not. And we're back to having Thomas in the backfield, which is not good. Do we have that? We do not. We don't have the tight end either. We had literally nothing. So we're going to settle for the field goal to make it 34-12. Kicks up. Kick is good. Also, this Fresno State team is ranked 69 overall. So if they're beating teams in our conference and we are doing this to them, I don't know. I don't know what the year has entailed for us. So we will see. As we tried to get Price on the wheel route, no dice there. No dice for Price. Field goal up good, 37-12. We're rolling. I mean, they go for it on fourth down. Again on fourth down. So, great opening win in the MAC, 37-12. They didn't score in the second half. They did score a touchdown though, right? They must have went for two. But we get the first win in conference play, I think. Are they in the MAC? I can't remember. I don't think so. Maybe they're not. They can't be. Never mind. That's on me. That is on me. It would have showed that we were 1-0 in the MAC. 24-32. This is the Carpenter that we need to see more of. 3 touchdowns. That interception I would love to see go away. Williams had 25 carries for 138 and a touchdown. Thomas had 17 carries for 51 yards. So he played quite a bit. We just didn't see him when we were on the field. Grimes 7 for 101 and a touchdown. Uter 5 for 54 and 2 touchdowns. Washington had 4 for 58 as well. Defensively, 11 tackles for Harmon, 8 for Becker, 8 for Starr. Carter also came in with 8. Shepard had 6 tackles for loss. Not that many. 5 today. Sacks, just 1 from Julius Shaughnessy. And 1 interception. Donovan Starr, again, back-to-back weeks he has a pick. All right, that's going to be the episode. Obviously would love to be 3-0. That Army loss was brutal. But Tim Carpenter is on the up and up right now. He's played well last week, or this last game. And now we go through the gauntlet. We go week 5 through week 13 playing MAC opponents. No breaks, no time to reset. We need to continue to win. Recruiting, we got people coming. I think we have 2 recruits next week. Hopefully we're going to have 2 to 3 the following week. So it is a big time and a big stretch of home games and conference games right now for Ball State. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, I appreciate the support. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video. Also, leave a comment. Have you blown a 17-0 lead after the first half to a team that runs a triple option? Yes or no? Just curious. Just me? Maybe. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.